everyone. I want to talk about how insanely tight this Western Conference is. I mean, it is ridiculously tight. And I don't see it getting any lighter the rest of the way. Now, the Lakers do have a real opportunity to get some separation. I really like the schedule that we have compared to some of these other teams. But you look at these teams, and I mean, seriously, we're all right there from 12 all the way to the fifth seed, even, right? I mean, you can make an argument the four seed. I mean, the Thunder are sitting in the 11th seed currently, time of recording this video. They're only 2.5 games out of the Phoenix Suns. The Jazz, who are the 12th seed, are only 3 games out of the Phoenix Suns, who are in 4th, right? The Clippers, same thing. They're in 5th. They just came off of a win, but still only 2.5 games from being completely out of the playoffs. I mean, it is crazy. Outside of like the Kings, the Grizzlies, and the Nuggets, I mean, who knows where everybody's going to fall, right? And there's so many questions with so many of these teams, right? You have the Suns, Kevin Durant, when is he going to return? Are they going to be able to continue to weather the storm? They're on a 2-game losing streak. The Clippers, they lost Paul George. Are they going to be able to weather the storm? Yes, they beat the Thunder, but they have a tough schedule coming up. The Warriors, they still have several road games and have been one of the worst road teams in the entire league this year, and they have tough games coming up, right? They play the Sixers tonight. You have the Timberwolves. They have a tough stretch. Anthony Edwards, what's going to happen with him? Is he going to return? Can Karl Anthony Towns stay healthy? The Dallas Mavericks, Luka, Kyrie, that hasn't really worked out as well as they had hoped. Luka has missed a bunch of time. Kyrie's missed time. Are they going to be able to stay healthy? Again, it's just you could go down the list, and there are just real big glaring concerns for all of these teams. And then you look at the Lakers schedule and you're like, we have a real shot here, right? Again, they have to win. They have to capitalize on that, which they haven't done the best job of so far, but it's still not too late, right? You got arguably the most important game of the season in the Thunder game, because if you win this game, it gives you the tiebreaker and gives you a full game ahead of the Thunder. That is massive. Absolutely massive. Timberwolves game could be another big one too, right? That could be another one. The Thunder, the Timberwolves, and the 2 Jazz games going to be so extremely important. But Lakers are currently on a 2-game winning streak. You beat the Thunder, now you're on a 3-game winning streak and closing out that road trip against the Bulls. That's not a bad spot. I mean, the Lakers go 4-1 on this road trip. All of a sudden, they're a game over 500 heading into the Bulls game on the road. Right? And then you got this road stretch, 5 games where you got the Bulls, you got the Timberwolves, you got the Rockets, the Jazz, and then the Clippers, although the Clippers is technically a home game. But all of these games are very winnable, right? If we beat the Thunder, I really believe we could beat Chicago. Then we play Chicago again, and then after that, you got the Timberwolves, which I think is a winnable game in my opinion. Then you got the Rockets, which I know we lost to them last time. That was without Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis even played 2 minutes, we probably win that game. Game was still very winnable. We should beat the Rockets. So there's a win. The Jazz, I think we can beat them twice. Clippers, no Paul George, right? Because he's supposed to miss the entirety of the season. We'll see when he returns and if he can make it back for the playoffs in the first round of the playoffs. But again, that's a very winnable game. What do the Suns do? If the Suns are locked up into the 4 seed, do they even play their guys? Do they even risk playing Kevin Durant and CP3 and Devin Booker, or do they rest guys? Right, that could be a winnable game. Now, the Utah Jazz. I mean, you go down the list, and it's like all of these games are extremely, extremely winnable. I mean, you can make an argument we could not lose a game the rest of the way, and that would just give us huge separation. Now, realistically, I think we will drop a game or two. It's just how it goes, right? But Lakers win 6 of the next 9, so they go 6-3 the rest of the way. Then that's 42 wins. They go 7-2. There's 43 wins. That's probably good enough to get you the 6 seed maybe At worst, you're probably the 7th or 8th seed, just with how tight it is, and all these teams still play each other. So teams are going to lose. Somebody has to lose, right? And you're going to get LeBron back relatively soon, my guess. We got a lot of reports yesterday that LeBron wouldn't be back till April 5th when, we play the Clippers, that he wanted to return for that Clippers, Suns, Jazz. And then LeBron himself came out and said, no, that's not true at all. Like, we don't have an official date for me to return. But I will be back as soon as I can. I'm working 3 days. He's busting his tail. Darvin Ham says that he expects him to be back during the season. Dennis Schroeder has kind of been the little gabber, the little gossiper that's been spilling all the beans, talking about LeBron going to Germany, and and German doctors are great and all of that stuff. So, but my point is that I think, and this is just my thoughts, I think that he likely returns around the Bulls or that Timberwolves game. I think at bare minimum, I think he rides out at least this homestand, right? I think he'll see the Thunder game is going to be very important, because if we beat the Thunder today, then I think LeBron will look at it and go, okay, I can take a little break. Like, I don't have to, it's not an emergency, because we can lose a game or two and it'll be okay, right? But regardless, I could see him in the Bulls to the Timberwolves game, right? Because you got to imagine he's going to want a handful of games before he gets to the playoffs, right? Get his legs underneath him, get his NBA minutes in, all of that stuff. I can absolutely see him doing that. And so if we beat the Thunder, I could see him saying, okay, I won't be back for that Bulls game on the 26th, but let me come back for this road trip. We got a 5-game road trip. Let me get in this road trip. I think he'll be back sooner than people think. Now, ideally, I would like to see us continue to win, right? Like if we beat the Thunder, right? That takes pressure off of LeBron to return. So maybe LeBron, if we beat that Bulls team at home and we go 4-1 at home, maybe LeBron goes, okay, well, let me come back for the Timberwolves game. Right? Like that's going to be a tougher game. You got Karl Anthony Towns. You got, Rudy Gobert. They may need me for that, just for size and matchup wise, and just, LeBron's strength, being able to guard Karl Anthony Towns, especially with Cat really liking to shoot the 3 ball and kind of being a stretch big now with Rudy down in the paint. I think that becomes a better matchup for LeBron than if he had to guard him on the block. But yeah, my point is that LeBron should be back. Man, with LeBron back, that's gonna help the Lakers tremendously. Because let's say he doesn't return till April, right? Let's say he does finish the rest of this month and he doesn't return. We have 5 very winnable games that LeBron can return to. We are 3-0 with this current roster and LeBron James. Now, that is a very small sample size. I get it. But it's not out of the realm of possibility that with the Rockets, the Jazz, the Clippers, the Suns, and the Jazz, that we can go with LeBron back 4-1 at the worst, right? Maybe even 5-0 with LeBron. I think even without LeBron, in that 5-game stretch of the Rockets, the Jazz, the Clippers, the Suns, and the Jazz, I think without LeBron, we could go 4-1, maybe 3-2, right? Think you beat the Rockets. I think you beat the Jazz at least once, right? Clippers, I think you can win that without LeBron and no Paul George. I really do. The Suns, again, what happens with them, right? Do they end up sitting guys? But let's say worst case scenario, right? Let's say without LeBron, they would go 2-3. You don't think LeBron is worth at least 1, if not 2 of those games? I do. So now let's say without LeBron in those last 5 games, we'd go, let's say we beat the Rockets and the Jazz once, and then, you would lose to the Clippers, the Suns, and the Jazz, right? Well, LeBron comes back, you probably win that other Jazz game. You probably win one of the Clippers and Suns games. I think that's a good spot to be in. You have guys who have stepped up huge, right? Austin Reeves has been a real standout, absolutely balling. I see him only improving and getting better when LeBron gets back. Malik Beasley, I imagine Malik Beasley plays a lot better when LeBron gets back, having LeBron be able to set him up, get it to him in his shooting pocket, be able to draw defenders, which will get Beasley better shots, better looks. And not just that, I don't think it's a coincidence that Beasley's best stretch with the Lakers was when LeBron played, just because that's what LeBron does. Um, D'Angelo Russell and his ability to play off the ball, he's been really good off the ball. He has a really quick release when it comes to the 3-point line, and he's been shooting the ball very well. So now you have shooters that you can surround LeBron with, right? Troy Brown has been shooting the three ball well, right? Rui's knocked down the three ball with relative consistency, as of late, right? Like this is a great position for the Lakers to be in with LeBron returning. And I really do believe that this is build confidence amongst our guys, amongst our role players. Obviously, Anthony Davis, we know what Anthony Davis can do. LeBron James and Anthony Davis, with this roster, in my opinion, is a legit contender. I mean, it would be really hard to bet against them, and it's going to be very hard to beat them if they make it to the playoffs. However you slice it, I really think that this team is terrifying. If everyone can be healthy, we can get into the playoffs. There's not a single team in the Western Conference that I look at and go, man, there's no way the Lakers beat them. I think there are more teams that I look at and go, there's no way that they beat the Lakers in a 7-game series than teams that I go, I don't think the Lakers can beat them. Like, I don't think that there is a single team that I think can do that, right? Like, I look at them all. I love the matchup. I do. I take the Lakers in any matchup. But we gotta weather the storm for now, right? Anthony Davis gotta play monster. D'Angelo Russell has to continue to play the way he's been playing, whether it's playing off the ball, on the ball, his ability to score, create, all of those things has been massive. Austin Reeves, he needs to continue to perform. I would like Malik Beasley to kind of get into a rhythm, and knock down 3, 4, 5 threes, especially in the Thunder game. But regardless, I like our chances. I like our odds, and I really do think we can start getting some separation. But we gotta start taking advantage. Right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think of this race? Are you excited for it? It definitely adds some excitement to the NBA right now. I mean, even if you're just a Laker fan and you're not really big on any other teams or any other games or the NBA in general, and you're just kind of somebody that just watches Laker games, you gotta watch some of these other games, right? It's funny just seeing all of us like, oh, tonight, tonight I'm a whatever, I'm a Raptors fan because the Raptors play the Mavericks or whatever, right? And we're all cheering for all these other teams to help us out. It's a beautiful thing. But anyway, again, love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comments below.